YouTube, man. Welcome back to another video. Before we start the video, bro, I'm gonna have to apologize for my energy right now. I'm on the low vibrational side right now. I just got some little stuff going on right now, so I'm really fighting to make this video. Um, that's a whole other video. I'm gonna drop a video about that probably today. But hey, we got some breaking news, man. Jimmy Butler has a season-ending torn ACL. He tore it last night against his old team, Miami. The Miami Heat, his old team. Yeah, it happened last night against his old team. Y'all gonna see the play right here, but it's very unfortunate. I'm gonna speak on like the stuff after and how it could affect him and the team going forward. But let's just get right into it and let's see the reaction.
Adebayo starts to break to Wiggins. A step around, and Wiggins misfiring there. Long rebound out to Mitchell. Powell breaking the paint right to the lane.
He knew he was going to drive it before he got the ball, before the ball got kind of swung to him. His defender kind of had a bad angle to cut him off. He's going.
Jamski working up top with Jimmy. Returns it. Jimmy, what a catch. Butler is holding on to that knee. That did not look good at all.
That was awkward. Can't take a timeout.
Jimmy Butler is down, and he was in pain immediately. Timeout on the floor with 7:41 left in the third. An incredibly scary injury to Jimmy Butler, and that right knee, this is incredibly concerning.
His leg caved in there. Did not look good at all. The pass was a little short, so he went back to get it, and he planted, and that leg just caved in. You don't want to speculate on what it could be. Have an idea, but I'm just going to wait. You see the cave in there, and as soon as that happened, he let go of the ball. You can see the pain on his face. He's wincing, and now you're just saying your prayers for this man. It changes everything. I mean, this guy, you can't overstate how important he is to the Warriors. He was coming on so strong too, having just an amazing season, efficiency wise, everything wise. You just hope for him that it's not serious, but man, prayers up.
Steph Curry missing that.
Yeah, man. So that happened yesterday. So unfortunate news to Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunate news. But now, as y'all know, the Jonathan Kuminga situation. Now all of a sudden they gonna put Kuminga, I guess, back in the rotation, even though he demanded a trade. It still feels the same way about, all that. But obviously, Jimmy just had a 32-point game a couple nights ago against the Knicks. But unfortunate news, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into some reactions.
All right, back to our top story of the day. Golden State Warrior star Jimmy Butler, he has suffered a season-ending night. Anthony Slater, there is just no good time, right, for an injury like this. But the Warriors, it's really no good time right now. They found their stride. They've won 4 games in a row. They've been really grooving during their homestand. So now how does the team shift gears and approach these next several weeks with the trade deadline looming?
Yeah, you mentioned it. The timing's obviously unfortunate for several reasons. Obviously, the main one is it just kind of dashes the realistic title hopes of the fading Steph Curry era. But in a small way, the timing wasn't horrible. It's 2 weeks till the trade deadline. They can alter plans. They have time. I mean, I'm sitting here in the arena now. Their front office, I guess basketball operations are 2 floors down over there, and they're doing what we're doing today. They're assessing the aftermath of this, and then they're deciding what they should do in the next few weeks. What picks should be on the table? Should they be more aggressive? Should they be less aggressive? What players should they get now? Do they have to just throttle this back and accept the reality? But also this, it cover your ears, Brian Windhorst, but this is going to add another chapter to the Jonathan Kuminga saga. I've already been given indications that today they're exploring the idea of restarting the engines, entering Jonathan Kuminga potentially back into the rotation.
Okay.
And from the Kuminga side, his feelings towards the organization and Steve Kerr and this situation and his long-term desires have not changed. And I use organization key there because it's not just a Steve Kerr thing. But I have also been given indications he is telling them he will be ready if called upon. And I do think we're about to get another chapter of this.
All right, so rev those Jonathan Kuminga engines back up. As you say, we could see him back in the lineup after, 9 straight DMPs here for Kuminga. Anthony Slater, thank you so very much for the insight. We'll continue to check in with you as this unfolds. But we got some games tonight here, so we'll stick in the West. Tuesday, Texas two-step, let's call it.
Texas.
The Rockets taking on the Spurs, so we'll do-si-do our way in the bonus. Victor Wembanyama headlines the Spurs. He will be an all-star starter for the very first time. He's averaging nearly 25 points a night. That's a career high, and the last Spur to average 25.
Yeah, so that happened. But like I said, man, he literally had a good game the other night.
Despite not having
He had a good game the other night. I'm gonna just read some stats off real quick. Um, I'm gonna just read the stats off real quick. I'm gonna just read some stats off real quick. Uh, Again, I wanna apologize for my mood. I'm a little just some stuff I'm just thinking about right now. Uh, so Jimmy was averaging 20 points, 5 assists, and almost 5.5, and a little over 5.5 rebounds a game. So he was averaging 25 and 5. Um, the Warriors weren't really playing that good, even though they started to pick it up a little bit. But I mean, as far as moving forward, I mean, I don't know. They're gonna have to make some trades at the deadline. And Jimmy with that ACL, Jimmy might be a trading piece that they might have to move. Him and Kaminga, they both gonna play. Either you, Kaminga is definitely out of there. But from what I saw on Twitter, Jonathan Kaminga's trade value has kind of dropped. You know what I'm saying, in the recent days. So I don't know. But as far as Jimmy, I mean, if they want to make a move to win now, you're gonna have to trade either Jimmy or Kaminga to get some pieces back. But right now you need a small forward, somebody who can. Right now they need somebody that can get a bucket right now, and it can't be, what is this? It can't be Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Curry can't be that guy no more. I mean, he is that guy, but he needs help. I'm saying he's 37, finna be 38 in a couple months, and he needs help. So, um, they should go out and get Michael Porter, Zach LaVine. I've heard Anthony Davis, but he's hurt right now, and the hand injury has him out until the end of the season, really. So, by making a trade to go get an injured player who you won't see for a couple months, I don't think that's the best option. Um, you can try and get you can try and get some. I don't know if you. I mean, you need like some guard play or like a big or something. But other than that, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the Warriors gonna do. Um, but they definitely need to make a move at the deadline, and just see what happens. But I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this situation. You know what I'm saying, with the Warriors. Prayers out to Jimmy. Obviously, Jimmy was kind of joking on the way out. We was getting carried out. I think him and Buddy Hield was kind of like joking back and forth, you know what I'm saying, with each other as they were leaving. But it's unfortunate because they made the trade for Jimmy to win a championship. And when they made the trade last year, they was winning. They was on a very good winning streak going into the playoffs. And then they start the year off slow this year. And then when things were kind of starting to pick up, this happens. And then, you know, with the drama with Jonathan Kuminga, you know what I'm saying, want to get traded from Golden State, the whole Kuminga and Steve Kerr, like, you know, Draymond going on his little rants. You know, this isn't a way that Steph Curry would. This isn't a way that Steph Curry should want to go out. Um, Steph Curry definitely deserves better than what he's being presented on with the Warriors right now. Um, I mean, I don't know. I mean, uh, you know, I don't know. But I mean, I mean, it ain't looking too good. Um, it's not looking too good. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just get into some more Jonathan Kuminga and Jimmy stories as we go into this video.
Unfortunate news coming out of the Bay Area as Golden State Warriors.
Is there a pathway to better this team? And a lot of that has centered around Jonathan Kuminga. He requested a trade, demanded a trade out of the Warriors last week, the first day he was eligible to be traded. But now with Jimmy Butler sidelined out of nowhere with this ACL tear, will the Warriors go back on this roller coaster ride with Jonathan Kuminga and the saga that's happened, and Steve Kerr potentially giving another effort to trying to implement Jonathan Kuminga as part of his rotation? Or do the Warriors look at trying to find immediate help on the trade market as their player? We know Sacramento and Dallas are two teams that have interest in Jonathan Kuminga right now. There's other teams as well. But you look at Sacramento, is there a player like a Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan that you can bring in that could help in the immediate future without a Jimmy Butler? But how that relationship goes between Steve Kerr and Jonathan Kuminga and what the Warriors do with Jonathan Kuminga the next 2 weeks before the trade deadline, that is the front and center focus in Golden State.
Yeah, it felt like the trade deadline went from being very straightforward to what Golden State was looking to do to now it being a little bit murkier. Shams, thank you so very much for that insight. We're going to get more into the trade deadline later with Bobby Marks. But the Warriors, their theme really in Steph Curry's career has been the on-off minutes for Curry, right? But with Jimmy Butler, he helped to bridge that gap. The Warriors outscored opponents by 185 points with Jimmy Butler on the court and had been outscored by 20.
Age, it's like, damn, what happens next? For me, our contract situations were very different. First and foremost, prayers up to Jimmy, you know, speedy recovery. And I know Sham said that we might not see him the start of next season, but I really think Jimmy could be back by the start of next season. It's all how you attack the rehab. But in the beginning of the first couple months, you have to learn how to walk again. It's a very vulnerable situation. You need help to use the bathroom, need help to use the shower to shower yourself. So from the human side of it, it's regardless of how much money you make or where you are in life, it's not easy. And it's how you show up every day, how you approach and attack the rehab every day. So I fully expect him. Shout out to my PTs. They got me back in 8 months. I had a double ligament surgery. Luckily, his is a non-contact injury, which might help.
8 months?
Yeah, so I got back 8 months. Joe Ingles got back in 7 months. He had just the ACL, so he got back in the fastest. So Jimmy could get back in 7, 8 months.
How old were you?
I was 34, turning 35. I was 35 during that process. Right. So there is hope that he can get back pretty quickly within 7 or 8 months with the ACL injury.
I took my sweet time with both of mine. I had right knee microfracture and left Achilles, and I was young. It was after my rookie season, and it was 2 years after that. And I felt like I still had a couple good years that I squeezed out. It's much harder when you're older. Yeah. But for 2 reasons, I think there's room to be optimistic, as you mentioned. One, because science is advancing, it's evolving. The technology to recover and rehab is getting better and better each year, which is why you see, I think Dame posted yesterday on his social media, him doing like between the legs and shooting. Like, these guys want to show. Jason Tatum, these guys want to show that, hey, we can get back sooner because we have the support and we are committed to doing this process at the highest level. Now, Jimmy's older, respectfully, but one thing we know about Jimmy Butler is if it's a mental challenge, which is the hardest when you go into rehab, he is built for these types of situations. But it is hard realizing that this is a guy, when you want to come back from, injury, it takes a while. It took me a year to feel like myself.
Really?
Right?
Yeah,
but he's
the second year usually.
It took a year. And if you think about Jimmy's style, he's physical. He puts the team on his back. He plays hard. Like, he pushes through. It's hard to mentally go through that as you're coming back, but he's the guy built for it.
Well, I tore my right ACL in college, but the NBA wasn't looking at me, so it was kind of a moot point.
They might have. They might have been.
No, I'm keeping it real.
Okay.
No.
We appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. The Warriors woke up saddened today. I mean, like, look, Melton was playing well, Al's playing well, and Jimmy's rolling, and then this happened. So right now they're taking their time. They're not in a rush to do anything, but you still got Steph Curry, and they still want to make the best of Steph Curry's time. And they got 2 weeks to try to do something. So, hey, you've heard the Sacramento things. Now, does it mean DeRozan, who makes around the same kind of money? You mentioned Dallas has been interested. Does Michael Porter Jr. get back in? Wiggins was there last night. They know Wiggins. He got a standing ovation. Could he fit in? He knows the offense. The thing is, like with J.K., I just think with Steve Kerr, Kuminga, like, it's like they could go on a cruise together and ain't going to fix. Like, I do think they got to change that, but right now the Warriors are going to take their time and try to make the best decision and see what the best thing is available right before the trade deadline.
Take their time within 2 weeks. Bobby, what options do the Warriors actually have here to improve this roster? Because it seemed very straightforward. Their goal was to move on from Jonathan Kuminga. Now their priorities, they may have changed a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's 3 options here, Malik. I think the first one is, can you try to integrate Jonathan Kuminga back into your rotation? Here's a player that has 9 straight DNPs, including last night in the 20-point win against Miami. I think it is interesting to note in that Charlotte game on January 17th, the game Jimmy Butler did not play. Steve Kerr elected to start second-round pick Will Richard in his place, and Kuminga got a DNP in that. The second is, certainly we're going to see Kuminga's name in the next couple weeks. Continue exploring that trade market. Mark mentioned DeMar DeRozan. He said his number was close. Well, when you're dealing with the second apron, you better be right on the same number as Jonathan Kuminga. DeRozan makes about $2 million more. So that type of deal, they would have to actually include salary for Golden State. And then the third one is nothing, right? Is Kuminga, does he remain out of the rotation? Is there no trade that materialized? I think that's probably the more unlikely scenario here, but for the short term right now, Malika, the disabled player exception has expired. They cannot apply for that. That was on January 15th, so you're going to explore trades in the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be interesting if Jonathan Kuminga, as we said, if that option number 1 is that he is back in this rotation.
Right, because Jimmy Butler is under contract for next season. There's no option, there's no restricted this, that. He is under contract here, and the Warriors are trying to do what they've always done, which is continue to maximize and stretch out their time that they have here with Steph Curry. Of those 3 options, Mark, is there one that you're hearing maybe most likely from Golden State from your sources?
I see Kuminga getting moved now.
Okay.
We don't see Butler getting traded, right? That would seem. One GM told me, he said it's doubtful, too much money, and but I think exploring the Kuminga thing now and maybe him playing for a couple weeks helps.
Sure.
But I think he's their only option and something they have to do. They have to make a change with him regardless, and hopefully the thing with the Warriors is, I've been told that they haven't wanted to add salary. So making one of those moves is going to add somebody that's not having an expiring contract.
Right, but also making sure that now what they're looking to get back from Kuminga could be very different than what they were looking to offload just a couple of weeks ago. Danny, give me some hope here to end this. All of my family is in the Bay Area. They need some hope to end this.
I think there is hope. I think there is hope, and I think it'd be hard to move Kuminga within the 2 weeks. I think they got to find a way to try to be cordial in this marriage. We've seen marriages end and be cordial until the kids leave the house. They got to figure out a way. This is the time for Jonathan Kuminga to up his value, his market, to show that he's a professional, play, hoop, and get some other teams interested in him and show that he can be a steal. Like his contract could be shown as I think he's a max type of player.
Let him know.
But if he continues, if he plays like we know he can show that his contract's a steal, and then teams would want to get him.
Do you know how difficult it is?
I'm sure it's not
to be someone. I know people haven't seen the untapped potential in maybe the greatest ways, but Jonathan Kuminga, we all know this system probably was not a perfect fit for him. He's a freestyler where Kerr is very more on a string, right? Bobby said it, 9 DMPs to come back and say, we need you now.
Yep.
The same thing that happened last year in the postseason, and we need you now after getting DMPs.
Right.
Mental maturity.
That is why you don't want these situations, no matter how good or bad, to deteriorate to this level, because now you never know when your number is called. I believe if Jonathan Kuminga plays, he's going to play hard. He's going to do his job. But still, it's a problem that you kind of already created internally.
He still wants out.
Bobby.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate with the Warriors. But Jimmy, I mean, he's gonna be in good spirits throughout this process. But shit, man, hopefully I can be in good spirits throughout my process. But here's, I guess, the Curry gonna speak on the Jimmy situation. So let's get into it.
Jeff, did you talk to Jimmy? Just what are the emotions when you see somebody like that on the floor, and obviously in a lot of pain and struggling to get off the floor, even with help from teammates?
I haven't talked to him since the game, but you never like to see a situation like that, especially somebody as tough as he is, and you're praying for the best, obviously, with scans and all that, and we'll figure it out, but hopefully he's all right.
Steph, obviously, the games keep coming, no matter how long he's out. If he misses a period of time, what is going to change the most for you guys?
No, I won't talk about him being out until we know what's going on. But the way we played down the stretch of the game tonight, BP being aggressive scorer, Buddy coming in, staying ready, knocking down shots, Moses, and then Al off the bench. We're gonna have to do it by committee if anybody goes down. But we'll figure out what the plan ahead is, depending on what's going on.
How would you describe the season he has had so far up until this point?
Who, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
He's all reliable. I think he makes his presence felt in pretty much every game, and I think the idea of what he does for us is he just meets whatever moment it is, whether he needs a score, whether he gets everybody organized defensively, what he does, all his playmaking. So I think since the trade deadline last year, and the way we ended last year and this season, he's done exactly what he's supposed to do.
Hey, Steph, I was curious, how did it feel to go up against Andrew tonight?
It was fun. His first time back. Continuation of just the level that we've been playing recently, and Al especially. Finish the game tonight, play with energy, have each other's backs. No matter who's out there, take care of the basketball, play aggressive. Just have to go out, and it was pretty impressive.
Step back here. All-Star game coming up. You were voted as the starting guard. At your age, for you to be voted, I think you're the oldest person to be voted the position. What does that mean to you at this stage of your career?
I love the fact that pretty much every acknowledgement you get at this point is you're the oldest to do something. So don't ever take that for granted. I appreciate everybody who voted. My teammates who continue to set the table for me to do what I do and keep pushing the envelope on what's possible at this stage of my career. So I'm very grateful, and I'm gonna enjoy the weekend, but just the idea that I can get back to that level year after year, and the work that goes into it, I love it, and I hopefully I have a couple more in the future, but this is pretty special for sure.
Steph over here. Can you describe, you were on the court at the time, you described the play when Jimmy got hurt, and as you mentioned, he's such a sort of tough, durable guy. What was your sort of immediate reaction to the sight of him being down like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you hadn't seen before. And usually you expect him to get up and even if he just can't finish the game, just kind of get off the sideline. But just told him to take his time, figure out what he needed in that moment. And it's kind of funny. He was still cracking jokes over there while he was on the ground in true Jimmy fashion. Always going to have a good time no matter what the situation is. I do love that perspective and that part of his personality. Even the worst of a moment, he was still, having a good time. He was trying to get to the free throw line. He said it was 2 shots.
I don't know what the plan was going in for the back-to-back step, but you not having to go back in the fourth, late in the fourth, does that make it much more likely that you would play tomorrow, or do you not know?
I don't know yet. I'm about to go have that conversation right now. Sorry for the short answer. I really don't know. Yeah.
Steph, I know you said you liked Brandon's aggressiveness. Do you know what was going on between him and the Miami bench in the fourth quarter specifically?
The winning streak. Have you noticed any difference in the locker room from the beginning to the season?
All right, well, we can end the video right here. Hopefully y'all enjoy the video, man. Praise up for Jimmy. Hopefully speedy recovery. You know what I mean? He come back next season. If he does come back next season, it'll probably be next February or 2027. Either February 2027 or March. Or if he's able to attack the rehab and, get the right reps in and all, and do what he got to do, he could be back December, sometime this year before the year ends. Because it's a year recovery, so it's a 9 to 10 month recovery, something like that, 8-10 month recovery, something like that. Some people just take the whole year off, but I mean he could be back in December, but he'll definitely be back next season. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy the video, man. Again, I'm gonna try to come with more energy, but I just don't. I've just got a few things on my mind, so I'm not best right now. But anyway though, man, hopefully y'all enjoy the video, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all new and I'm gone.